Hi, it's Anthony. This is my first YouTube video, but I'm just rebuilding my Holden V8 308 and been doing a fair bit of research on the rear mains. I've previously used the rope seals and had good luck with them. I haven't really had too many issues. The last one was weeping a little bit, but it wasn't pouring out. Doing a bit of research on the Neoprene style. So the older, they're up to HQ or something, I think it was, they had a Neoprene from factory, and Holden went to the rope seal. Rope seals aren't available from Holden anymore, and they're pretty rare to get, so they were actually the best ones. You can get other ones from other gasket manufacturers, but they're just not as good as the Holden ones. So for this build I'm going to go to a Neoprene style. I'll flip the camera around and show you what I've got, just so it makes it a bit easy for everybody. Okay, so probably this is on my iPad, so sorry if it's not the best videography. So I bought, or I had in stock actually, luckily I had an Enduratech full gasket set for Holden. When I bought it, so it's got the Felpro head gasket, so I've had pretty good luck with those. I run a rally car, a VK. The engine's had really good success up until the last rally where we dropped a rocker stud, and then the rocker dropped off and dropped oil pressure and spun a big end. So the Felpro gasket set, or the Enduratech gasket set, came with a Neoprene style. That's the pack, the grey ones. So they're completely wrong. They are for the older style, original factory. Just get that. Sorry, I've got a glove on. I've sliced my fingers open with a Stanley knife and got 9 stitches in it. So that's the original style. See that one on the back. I haven't actually played with this one on an old crank, but you can see I'll just line it up with the knurling out of a rope seal style crank. It is quite a tight fit. I'll just push that on there. Yeah, it's not even really sitting properly, so the diameter here will be too large. It also, if I get that, it won't sit in properly, so the cap I assume is wrong as well. Something like that. The one I did buy was from the engine guy that did the engine work for me. He supplied a Felpro P903, so that's the RN 040 seal equivalent, so it's for a Buick V6. So this is the seal here. See Felpro, it's got the number on it. That's what it looks like. I've been told, well, obviously with an oil seal we run them this way to the oil side, so if pressure builds up, it forces it down. So I'm going to have a crack at installing one of these for this build. I'll get it sort of placed in position, and I'll get the gear back on. Okay, so I've got the seal. I was just going to show that it does fit quite nicely, the right size, without the crank being machined. There is another seal from Felpro that you can get. We'll see if I can get a part number up. It says on the website, it's for a scat crank without the knurling. So you've actually told it to take, if you want to do that seal, I think you've got to machine it down around about 100th hour. So this seal's supposedly going to fit with no machine work, so it fits quite nicely there. It should sit just off the knurling as well when it's all bolted down. So I've got the seal sitting in place to the block and also the main cap. I'll get down and just show it. It fits quite firmly, but nice, it just slips straight in. We will need to run some gasket goo just through here, some sealant, just so create a dam sort of thing, so the oil doesn't leak through the cap and out. I've been told that it don't need to go on top. I think I might just put a tiny dab on the metal insert for the seal, just to help it seal. Not much, like I'll get down and just show you how snug it fits, so if you can see that. So it'll sit there. So it's basically just the lip of the seal that's there. And same with the cap. So it is extending out a fair bit from the surface, so I want probably about 1 mil, I've been told, 1 millimetre. So I've got to put it on the grinder. I'll not heat it up too much, so just very fine light trims, just so we don't heat the metal up, the insert, and damage the seal itself as well. So I'll have a crack at that and come back. Okay, so I've just finished grinding. It's probably taken me 45 minutes to get it right where I wanted it. As I said, we'd just take very fine light trims off the angle of the bench grinder on the fine wheel. I'll just put it down and show you what. So it's just sitting up a little bit throughout there, but it's also sitting down. So then the two caps, so the joint's not right in the middle of the block, between the block and the cap. It will hopefully hold it a bit better. Got the sitting down. Oh, it's a bit hard doing it one-handed. Just put the bolt it down, just so I've got a tiny bit of pressure, not much on the seal. I don't think, not like a rope seal where it needs to flare it out or anything like that, so yeah, the studs are a little bit longer if anyone can pick that up. So I'm on a aluminium girdle on the, so I'll take that back. I'll come in and zoom in just so you can see. So it looks really good, I'm really happy with it. I'll throw a torch on just so you can see the join. If we can see, it's just below. You can barely see it. That one, there we go, you can see it just there. It all lines up really good, so quite happy. Alright, next is to install some bearings in the crank. Quick pro tip, just about to mount the sump. Obviously make sure it's all clean, wipe down of all oil. Go and get a one-piece rubber sump gasket. Just been using them, I've had 0 leaks. On the bolts, run a spring washer and Loctite as well. Big couple of days to get the thing running again, but running, oil pressure straight up, no issues. Its timing was spot on at 8 degrees without even just lining it up by eye, so that's great. And very happy, absolutely no leaks. It's been running for about 5 minutes now, so I'll turn the camera around.